Good morning, everyone. So welcome to the AROSIM workshop. We are very happy to see so many of you here today. The workshop wouldn't be a success without all of you taking part, so thank you for coming. My name is Helen Mojisola-Ehat. I'm research fellow here at Wikinwi School of Communication and Information. And I've been working on the Altmetrics project here for the last 3 years. Some organizational points. You have Wi-Fi access on your badges. So behind your badge should be your Wi-Fi access. Restrooms can be found outside to the left, down the hall. We have bottles of water, please help yourself. For those on Twitter or Instagram, we have hashtag AROSIM, so please use that so we know what you're all talking about. All speakers, please note we have a timekeeper, and she'll be showing you 5 minutes and 1 minute, and then the end. So we will try to keep time, but we have lots of breaks so we can catch up. So without much ado, I would like to invite Prof. Theng, Yin-Leng, to give the opening remarks. Prof. Theng is director at the Center of Healthy and Sustainable Cities at Wikinwi School of Communication and Information, NTU. She's also research director at the NTU President's Office, and she's the principal investigator of the metrics project here that we're having, and she's my boss.
Can you hear me?
Better use practice.
Hello. Yes, good. Yeah, thank you for coming, and a warm welcome to Singapore from our overseas friends. We are so honored with your presence, and also a warm welcome to our friends from NUS. We are very glad that you're here, and we are equally pleased to see many of you because there are not that many opportunities for us to actually, collaborate and work together. And definitely colleagues from NTU. We are honored because, this is actually a small research project that we envisaged, about 3-4 years ago. And, and it has actually given us a lot of interesting insights. I must say that the reason why I started, writing this proposal is actually out of fear. I've actually been talking to several of, our friends before, out of fear because, I fear for, myself, I fear for my colleagues that, yet another set of metrics to measure research impact. Metrics already gave us problems. Now you have metrics, and we don't know what else we have. So I thought that, working with, in the President's Office, and then under the influence of Michael, we said, okay, maybe we should actually put in a research proposal. And that was actually under the call of the National Research Foundation. So we are pleased because I think for that 3 years of, research studies, and with a very good team led by Muji, Arvind, Arti, and several of the team members, we have discovered some interesting insights. We were actually sharing, with several people. They are also equally excited. That makes us also equally excited because the project is already coming to an end. And now we are actually seeing like, okay, maybe we should actually continue working in this, you know, it's like, so without, you know, further ado, I want to actually, you know, just highlight that this workshop is really a platform for many of us, you know, to share our, you know, our, you know, ideas, our expertise, our knowledge. In no way are we experts. In fact, in this room we have many experts in the area of, you know, sabermetrics and augmetrics. But we hope that this will be a good workshop where it is a start of collaboration, it's a start of discussion, it's also a start of looking at metrics. They can make our life useful, they can also make our lives very miserable. And we've seen that, you know, in several of, you know, places in terms of appraisal, quality, and so on. But yet, you know, we can use them, you know, in a beneficial manner if we understand what they mean and be able to present, you know, a truthful and credible narrative of a person's research impact and so on. Right. I must thank the organizing committee. We have, you know, many people who have spent time giving us valuable, you know, insights, and especially so with, you know, Edie, who has actually spent several weeks with us. And I just want to, you know, thank Edie. I think, Edie, would you like to raise your hands? You know, yeah, Edie has been a friend of NTU and especially of the school for so many years. Want to especially thank, you know, Michael too. Michael has been an inspiration. You know, he has been asking thought-provoking questions, but very supportive. And certainly our library, you know, some, I don't know whether they are here, NTU library. Yes, yeah, NTU library has been very supportive, and many of our, you know, friends from, you know, for example, from, you know, engineering, you know, and some of our friends we are not here, you know, Isabella and Robert, and so on, right? And definitely for Muji and Aravind, they have spent hours, you know, really putting together this workshop. Right. And also for the program committee members. In fact, we have not known so many people have we not attended, you know, the 2 a.m. We started with 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., you know, and it has been great, you know, for us to get the exposure to the community. Right. And this workshop, you know, it's actually quite, you know, packed with activities. We have 7 paper presentations, 3 poster presentations, and we want to also highlight, you know, a prototype that we have developed as a proof of concept of some of the ideas on, you know, on metrics, and also a panel discussion moderated by Michael. And we are so pleased that, you know, many of you are here. You know, in Singapore, we occupy 2/3 of the registered, you know, participants, but we do have 1/3, you know, coming from outside Singapore, and that actually speaks on the growing interest in this area of metrics, right? Yeah. So yes, and this project and this workshop is supported by the National Research Foundation. You know, they have generously said that we should waive all registration fees. They want to pay that in full. So, you know, some of you are actually getting your registration fees, you know, back. So thank you to National Research Foundation. They said that, you know, it is their gesture of, you know, supporting this, you know, workshop, as well as, you know, creating this platform for exchange. Right? And, you know, there will be a Best Paper Award, you know, and also sponsored by Augmetric. And thank you very much. Yeah. Okay. Now, so when we put together a proposal, it was actually looking at Augmetrics as something very new to us. You know, and I was actually my background is in human-computer interaction. I started with hypertext, went into digital libraries, and, you know, And you know, so after my PhD in the digital libraries, you know, so we are looking into different types of, you know, so metrics. When I begin to understand a little bit more in the area of the information studies, when I joined the school. So you know, so over the years, when we're actually talking about research, it's really looking at metrics of, you know, so to measure outcome. Outcomes can be health outcomes, it can be user satisfaction outcomes, and so on. So in this case, you know, so as I was actually, you know, so very much involved in promotion and tenure process, I saw that this was actually something really frightening to many people. So, you know, so it is actually here that I wanted to actually look at, you know, so exploring new ways of measuring research. And, you know, so bibliometrics, we are trying, in fact, we are beginning to understand, you know, so, but still not understanding it very well. You know, so because I think some things are still, you know, so, it's still a black hole on some of the things that we computed. There could be biases to the different disciplines. So, you know, so we put together this, you know, so this proposal, and if you have, you know, so you can actually go to this website to actually, you know, take a look at many, the several of the studies that we have conducted and the papers that we have published. Right? And this is not possible without an interdisciplinary team of you know, researchers and supporters from all over. We have, you know, folks from information studies, computer engineering, communication studies, and certainly, you know, from me as an external investigator and advisor, and also research office and library. And in the process of the project, we have discussion with, you know, some of our industry collaborators, and that helps us a lot, because it's not only us just thinking, oh, okay, these are things that we want to actually study, but really be grounded in terms of our research hypotheses and questions. Very quickly, you know, the project consists of, you know, several work packages, and it is actually too ambitious, in fact. The project is very ambitious for a 3-year project, but very briefly, in our first year, you know, the first work package, we were looking at our metrics, trying to understand what they are, and doing a lot of, you know, lit review and analysis. We wanted to actually look at, you know, research from both the, you know, social media, from the perspective of the engineering colleagues, in terms of algorithms built and so on. And then, you know, in WP3 and P4, basically we were actually looking at the different disciplines. In fact, for WP3, we specifically focused on the engineering and science, you know, papers. In WP4, in humanities and social sciences, and P5 is mainly on innovations and creative works. And what we hope to do is to come up with, you know, ideas where we want to put, you know, into a prototype, you know, a concept that we think that would be actually useful. So in WP6, we, you know, put together some of the ideas into a prototype, and it is here that later on I'm going to actually, you know, give a short demo on area, which is actually a prototype trying to, you know, present a view for the individual researcher as well as the institution. So what are the, you know, your broad project outcomes and novelty? We know that in terms of traditional metrics, we look at metrics at the journal level, article level, and individual level. And of metrics, there are, you know, indicators from social media and so on. So in this, we hope to actually look at the comparison of, you know, cross-metric validation from the two different stakeholders, right? And I think we can. So we're going to play you a video of the prototype, and we will be actually demonstrating this, you know, prototype, you know, during tea break.
cross-validating bibliometrics and altmetrics of individual researchers and institutions. This project investigates new approaches offered by social media to rethink and explore new ways to measure research outputs by comparing traditional metrics with altmetrics. This is a presentation of ARIA prototype, which is developed using the findings in work packages 2, 3, 4, and 5. ARIA is a tool for visualizing and cross-validating bibliometrics and altmetrics of individual researchers and institutions. The bibliometrics section consists of charts to present the yearly and quarterly counts of the bibliometric indicators. Detailed information about the metrics visualized can be viewed directly from the charts or from the tables. The visualizations from the admin dashboard represent aggregated data of selected entities and can be drilled down to see top researchers of the institution. The altmetrics section includes similar visualizations presenting yearly and monthly altmetric data. The artifacts section is meant to present details and metrics of the different types of research outputs produced by a researcher. Metric counts can in turn be drilled down to view the particulars of the citations. Impact factor percentile tags calculated based on the journal impact factor ranking are placed next to each paper to understand the impact of research under different disciplines. The tree search in the admin artifacts displays the hierarchy of the selected entities in a tree structure, thus helping the user to navigate and find the researcher whose publications he or she would like to view. The Cross-Metric Explorer is a unique feature of ARIA to cross, compare, and validate between different metrics of a researcher. At admin level, metrics can be compared between an entity and a researcher, or between two entities. Map view represents the citations of the researcher in the map, highlighting the countries where the citations have come from. Citations from top prestigious QS-ranked universities are also shown in the map view. The corresponding map data is shown in the table, which can be filtered by interacting with the map and also by changing the year-quarter selection. Thank you for watching this video. There are collaborators and co-PIs, and this is our project team.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think this is actually a very short, a brief overview of one of the outcomes of the project. Later on, after, I think in the afternoon, we will be actually going through, several of the work packages and what, some of the findings. In fact, in the findings that we have from the different studies, we try to, put this into the design of this prototype. So in other words, from the findings themselves, they actually give us evidence for some of the features to be reflected in area. And we think, so currently we are doing, usability studies. We are hoping, to be able to actually use this on a long-term basis. So, I'm actually, helping the university to set up the, ARISE, which is the Aging Research Institute for Society and Education. And this is a research institute. We will be actually using, some of the, the things that we have actually developed to load it into the institute and to be able to track some of the, the publications as well as the faculty who are involved in aging-related research, and begin to see that, if we were to actually look into a long term, whether there is, a correlation between, bibliometrics and not-metrics. Right? I'm going to stop here because I see the end, and I better stop because I've actually mentioned to be very brutal. So thank you very much. Yeah, we'll talk to you soon.